This is the Torture Museum, Episode 2, The Brazen Bull. When you think of the word torture, what comes to mind? The actual meaning of the word torture, according to the Oxford Dictionary, means the action or practice of inflicting severe pain or suffering onto someone as a punishment in order to force them to do or say something. To actually torture someone to the point of making them beg for death is a very personal procedure, and depending on the torture method, these can range from a wide variety. In this series, every episode will be about a different torture device or method. The last episode was about the Devil's Fork torture. This episode, however, is about a torture method so barbaric, so cruel and so evil, it's become a sort of urban legend. Some say it didn't exist and that these tales were fabricated. But scholars uncovered drawings and written accounts that prove that this torture method was very real. So today, the Torture Museum presents The Brazen Bull. The Brazen Bull, the Bronze Bull, or the Sicilian Bull. Whatever name you choose to call it, make no mistake, this torture and execution device was the stuff of nightmares. It originated from ancient Greece, and it came from the deranged mind of its creator, the inventor Pirellius of Athens. He invented it and showed it to the leader of Sicily at the time, Phalaris, as a new means of executing criminals. The Brazen Bull was said to be hollow and made entirely out of bronze, with a hatch on one side. According to ancient scholars, the Brazen Bull was designed in the form and size of an actual bull and had an acoustic apparatus in the bull's head that converted screams into the sounds of a bull. The condemned victim first had their tongue cut or pulled out so the screams would be more deformed. Then the hands and feet were bound by rope or chains. They were then forcefully put into the bull through the hatch on one side. Then it would be locked. Imagine how you would feel for a second. You've just had your tongue ripped out and your hands and feet are tied up and you can't talk, and even if you could, no one's going to help you. You've been shoved into a hard metal statue of a bull and the door has just been slammed shut. You can't move that much because of the restrictions to your arms and legs, but also because you're inside a bull and it's very claustrophobic. It's pitch black and you can't see a thing. You try to struggle, but even though you try, you know there's no use because you're inside a bronze bull. The only air afforded to you at this time comes from the nostrils of the bull, so you crane yourself nearer to the holes, and there you wait, agitated because you're trapped inside a metal cast and you can't move. And what's even worse, you know that the torture hasn't even started yet. Sometimes, the victim will be put into the bull the night before in preparation for the execution. Imagine how that must feel, trapped inside a bronze cast, hands and feet bound with your tongue ripped out, knowing that in 8 hours or so you will be burned alive, not by the flames. Oh no, that would be too easy for this torture. Oh no, when you die by the Brazen Bull, you die slowly, by being melted. As the morning comes, you crave for death just to be free from your tomb. But before your soul is freed, you are going to experience one of the cruelest and most evilest ways to die. As the crowds gather, a fire is lit underneath the belly of the bull, right underneath you. For all you science geeks out there, bronze is a very good conductor of heat. It can withstand high temperatures without melting or warping, which is why bronze is used. As the fire roars and the crowds cheer and throw on wood onto the fire, the belly of the beast starts to turn red with heat. This is the beginning of the end for you. At first, you find it hard to breathe. You know what's happening and you start to pray. Then you feel it, the first sting of the molten metal on your naked skin as you try to roll out the way, but you can't move. As the fire heats up, it happens. Your skin sticks to the bull, and as you arch your back, the skin from your back and thighs gets melted off. Your eyes open wide in the dark as you scream in agony, and you smell burning flesh. A smell so new, so alien, so familiar to you. And the pain, oh my God, that pain. The whole of the bull is red now with heat, and as you rock from side to side and squirm, you make the whole statue of the bull move and rock like it's alive. Then smoke billows out of the bull's nostrils like a real bull as you are being cooked alive. Then it happens, what the crowds have gathered here for. As you scream and writhe in pain and terror, that's when the device's internal apparatus are used. Your screams funnel from the darkness and heat of the bull through a series of tubes and valves that converts your screams into the sounds of a bull. Just imagine that. Yes, my friends, ancient times were evil, barbaric, and ruthless. Shortly after the completion and the initial usage of the brazen bull, stories and accounts were found by scholars about a conversation that took place between the inventor Pirellios to the ruler of Athens, Phalaris. It is believed that Pirellios said to Phalaris this: "Their screams will come to you through the pipes as the tenderest, most pathetic, most melodious of bellowings." He was talking about the sounds the victims would make through the pipes as they screamed. Yes, my friends, this Pirellios sounded like an ancient day serial killer. It's like he took pride in prolonging agony and pain. Well, he thought that he would receive a reward for his invention. This wasn't what happened. Instead, the ruler Phalaris, who was disgusted by these words, ordered the bull's sound system to be tested out on the inventor himself, tricking him into getting into the bull. And as he did so, the hatch was immediately locked, and a fire was lit, so the ruler could hear for himself the sounds of the converted screams. But before Pirellios died, Phalaris had the hatch opened and took him out. It was said that after freeing him from the bull, Phalaris took him to the top of a high cliff and had him thrown off, killing him. It is said that years later, Phalaris the ruler himself was killed by the bull torture after being overthrown by Telemachus. And that, my dear friends, is the true story of the brazen bull. Join me for episode 3 when I take a look at yet another of history's worst tortures. This has been the Torture Museum, but also I've made another series called Dark Mysteries and also Top 10 Ghost Countdowns. So, if you're into horror or ghosts, poltergeists and demons, and the strange, dark and mysterious, then like this video and subscribe to my channel so I can get more airtime. This was the Torture Museum, and I am the Dark Knight, signing off.